So we have our Azure function projects and PDF files in the blob storage. Now we need the brain, Azure OpenAI with the GPT 4.1 model. This model does two critical jobs for us. One is to extract the structured product data from the raw PDF files during the indexing, and it will generate answers for our chat agent in the end. So let's go to the Azure portal and select Azure OpenAI. Azure OpenAI gives you access to OpenAI models running in Azure data centers. You get enterprise security, provide networking, and data residency. Your data stays in your Azure region and isn't used for the model training. We are using GPT 4.1 specifically because it is excellent at data extraction. It follows JSON schemas reliably, handles long documents very well, and has also strong instruction following for the kind of field by field extraction that we need. We'll also deploy text embedding 3 large as a model available for the future vector search, but we won't use it in this particular series. So let's click on Create Azure OpenAI. Select the resource group. Region, will keep it as East US2, which we have been using. Pricing tier, will keep it as S0. This is pay as you go. Click on Next. Next. We'll keep it as separate. Then let it validate and click on Create. So deployment takes about a minute and then it's done. So Azure OpenAI's deployment is completed. Let's go to that Azure OpenAI resource. First thing we'll do is to grab the endpoint of this OpenAI project and the API key. So in the left menu, you click on the resource management and click on keys and endpoint. This will be our endpoint, which we'll be using. We'll copy this somewhere. We'll be using or update in our Azure function and copy the key as well. Save both of those values, which will be updating in our next session. Treat API keys like a passwords, so make sure not to commit them into the Git or don't share it with outside. Now let's go to the overview section and click on Explore Foundry portal, which will open our ai.azure.com, where all the OpenAI related resources we can deploy. Navigate to the deployments and then select Deploy Base Model. And let's search for GPT 4.1. We'll select this one and click on Confirm. Deployment type will keep it as global standard. By default, capacity is 150K, which should be fine for our 10 document POC, but you can increase this based on your index size and click on Deploy. Our GPT 4.0 model is created. You can also create text embedding large, but we'll keep it as optional over here since we are not doing any vector search at this point. Let's do a quick sanity. Let's navigate to playground chat section and make sure that in the deployment section we have this GPT 4.1 model, which is just recently deployed. And let's enter a query. So let's say hello in 5 words or less. So I'll just make sure our model is responding. So yep, we got a response. Hi there, how are you? So GPT 4.1 is alive and responding. We'll put it to real work in next session when we send our raw PDF text and ask for a structured extraction. Now, quick note on GPT 4.1 pricing. It is usage based. You pay per token for our 10 documents. That's roughly like 10 to 15 cents total for the extraction pass. The chat agent queries a few cents each, but Azure OpenAI resource itself has no fixed monthly fee on standard S0. We now have Azure OpenAI with GPT 4.1 deployed and ready. And in our next session, we'll create an Azure AI search, which will define and where we'll define the index schema with 52 fields, connect it to our blob storage, and set up a skill set to extract key phases from the PDF content. That's it for this video. Thank you.